see him right there?
Huh?
There's a crab right there.
Oh my God, what?
Right there. You see him? He's right by, look in front of you.
I see him.
There's a lot of them out, a lot of, there goes one. Yeah, they're all small though. I've only seen one of size. There goes one right there, right behind you, Miracle. You see him? Look, right over there. Look. No, stand up. Stand up. Right here. Look at my finger.
There he is.
He went under. There's one buried right here too.
What is that? Oh my goodness. What is that?
There's a baby one right here.
Daddy.
There's one big one over here, but the rest are just babies.
Hey, I got it out.
So you have to,
You can eat this?
well, you gotta see it, you gotta measure it. He looks a little small, but ultimately you caught him at that.
Can I put him in here?
So we'll have to measure him. He looks a little small, but I didn't bring the ruler yet. So
Wait, can he drown? No. Crabs.
number two. So we caught number two. Now he was already injured. He's a male, and he looks about 4 inches. So he looks good.
Should we have a different bucket for the ones that
Nope,
we eat?
nope. We'll separate them later. We'll drop them back in the water. Good job. Way to go.
Oh, 2 for 2. We need some
2
dirt.
for 2. So did you miss on this
Yeah,
one?
he's
or-
going through the hole in the net.
Get him again then. Catch him again. Catch him again. There you go. I'm missing. All right, now, is that a boy or a girl?
That's a girl.
It's a girl. Yes, so we're going to let her go. But let's take her out, and then let her go.
Take her out and then let her go?
Yeah, take her all the way out to the water, and then
I'll go back to the rocks.
Dare wiggle out. No. Don't do it. Don't even try.
he was already injured, huh?
He was?
Yeah, boy or girl?
So which is...
Well, we'll never
Did
find
I
out.
say you could leave? Get back in here. I'm not...
They're obviously too small. And that's a boy.
Okay.
So if you take him out so that we won't step on him, that'd be nice.
He was already injured.
Good job. Oh, he fell out.
He is free.
That one looks pretty good. Boy or girl?
I need you to remind me what the thing is to tell the difference.
Monument is boy,
Boy.
and pyramid or half moon
Monument. Okay, this is
is
monument.
girl. Good
What's
job.
the size?
We can measure when we get home, but he's take homeable, and if he doesn't make it, we'll put him in the water. Good job. 15-second clip for this.
Okay. Okay. It's started already.
Anybody narrating?
So, we
I'll
got some.
narrate it later. We'll put these. This stuff. Onion powder, garlic powder,
Crabs.
Where's the pot?
Guys. The pot.
Do you want a strainer?
yeah, spring water.
And yeah.
a gallon of spring water. We'll bring that to a boil so we can get these crabs going. Actually, we might not even do a whole gallon because the crab's going to push out the water. It's about 90% of a gallon. Big chunk of Old Bay. Okay, that's enough. Yep.
Their eyes, their 4 eyes.
And now we'll stick those on the boiling water in 1 second.
Their 4 eyes.
So we're going to put some salt in this water. We got some Himalayan sea salt. So we got a lot of Old Bay on the crabs already, but it's a lot of water and it's going to boil, so this is going to make it even thicker. And we'll add a little bit of Old Bay at the end, but there's some good salt water. Once that comes to a boil, we'll add the butter and the beer. So we need some butter, because butter always makes it better. So this is unsalted butter. So, got it. Thank you. And we're going to also add some beer. This brand is immaterial. Before you pour your beer, you gotta drink some, because it's beer. It's crab beer. Crab beer has to be loved. We love it by drinking it. Anybody who's worried about that, that's going to get boiled. All right. All right. I'm mixing across because I need to get my butter. We got a boil going, nice and hot. Start that butter, and because we got to boil this cold beer, I'm going to just pour these in here and mess up the whole flow. But I don't want it to boil the beer away too fast, so it is pretty much boiling pretty good. So the beer is not stopping the boil completely. And thank you, crabs. We appreciate you, and we'll enjoy you. And we mean no harm. Hope it's quick. And that was the perfect amount of water. We created. So we put the top on. That was the right amount of water, because once we put the crabs in, it tried to rise up. And as you can see, if you can get in there, it's covering them completely. And because it was so hot, they quickly moved on to where they're going next. All right. Now we're going to set it on our clock to 10 minutes, and we'll check on it. All right.
Where's the stand?
Stand. I want you to get higher. Are you ready?
And your boys need to buy you one.
Okay. She's already started. All right. Oh, you turned off my buzzer. God dog it. All right, so one lesson learned. Don't forget, when you start boiling it, if you start boiling it on high, before your 10 to 15 minutes is up, lower your temperature to halfway or a low simmer, like a level 2, 3, because it boiled over and we had to recover from that real quick. But we're 15 minutes in or 14 minutes in. At this point, we're good. We only have probably 8 to 10 crabs in here that we caught on our own, and all are male. We threw all the females back, regardless of the size. Even the big females we put back. Most of the tiny males we put back, but most of these were the 4+ inches that they needed to be. So I didn't check the regs exactly what it's supposed to be, but I know it's 4 something. So anyway, we're going to take these out and dry them off and let you know what's going on. All right, ooh, that's hot. So we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. All right, so we're gonna season. You can always season to your delight, personally, but I like the seasoning to get on your fingers. And then we're gonna season the other side. These might be too hot for me to pick up. No, not too bad. So, just so the seasoning gets on your fingers. All right. Okay, so concoction. I got it. You can sprinkle the Old Bay in there. We're gonna mix these 4 things together. That's vinegar, Old Bay. Keep going. Keep going. That's ketchup. That's mayo. And that's the standard mix for ketchup dipping. Crab dipping sauce from where I come from. And she needs to put a little bit more Old Bay on that. But outside of that, we're gonna try something different. We're gonna also add a very common, likable ingredient, which I won't advertise, but if you know what this is, we're going to add that just to add a little pepper, and this will go with the flavor. So the crabs were delicious, and the children appreciated them, so I wanted to thank the crabs. Just for those who are curious as to the size, as you can see, these were on average this size, which is over 5 inches, and that's not including the claw width. That's just the shell. And according to the rules, just so everybody knows what we're learning, males should be 5 inches or greater, and females, it seemed from my reading that females could be any size. It's kind of surprising. I thought you should throw all the females back, which is what we did for, I think, 90% of them. We think we might have had 1 female, but I didn't check them all. I thought we threw them back. But anyway, the sauce turned out well. The flavor turned out well, and everybody had a good time from beginning to the end. We learned a lot. We let a whole lot go. Anything that we thought was small, we eyeballed all of this, but you know, we didn't have a ruler with us. But yeah, so it was a good time. I recommend it for everyone, all children. You know, you usually don't get what they say bit by a crab, or you usually step on the crab. So water shoes, or just being careful and watching when they bury themselves, and you don't have a problem. Usually they are more afraid of you than you are from they, and they're just trying to go eat, and they're a good crustacean. I'd like to thank my 9, 11, and 11-year-old who helped videography for me. They did the best they could, and I appreciate it. We all learned something about this process as well. So until next time, guys, I hope you liked the video.